yeah, so we're back to talk about the NBA Hall of Fame. Like you mentioned, Hoovie. These are the people who were the Hall of Famers as far as Saul, Becky, Dirk. I don't now. I'm not really sure how come Becky is not on the coaches bracket. It kind of
No,
confusing.
because she's going in as a player.
Oh, okay. She's going in as a player. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that makes sense. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to read just a couple things, and then I want to ask you a couple questions regarding Wade. And your all-time player. Class of 2023 headline NBA champion Paul Gasol, Davidski, Wade as well as championship coach Greg Popovich. In addition, former NC State head coach Jimmy Valvino will be inducted posthumously, and the 1976 U.S. Olympics women's team groundbreaking group that participated in the Olympics first ever offering of women's basketball are among the other inductees. And these are all the people who are inducted, like you mentioned. And look, the one that kind of surprised me just a little bit, in a good way. I'm really happy that Tony Parker is on this list.
Yeah,
I'm really, really happy that he's on this because, for one, I don't know if you remember when we was talking about the top 75 players. I felt like Tony Parker should have been on that list with all the rings he has won, and he has also been an All-Star. He showed up in the playoffs every single time, and in the finals. I felt that he should have been on the 75 player list. So this is the reason why I'm just really happy for Tony Parker that he's on here. Hopefully, I hope the other Ginobili's not in the Hall of Fame yet, is he?
Ginobili?
I can't remember. I don't think so.
Let me look. I'll look it up. Good, but continue. I'll look it up.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Oh, yeah. So that's why I'm so happy and grateful that Tony Parker is on this list. I felt like once he had won Finals MVP when they won that championship, I felt like he definitely. I think he won the MVP when he won the MVP. Was it on their fourth championship? I think it was on their fourth championship.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it was the fourth championship that they won. He became MVP, either the fourth or fifth. And I said to myself, and I told you this when I was at your house, that once he had won Finals MVP, that elevated him into a superstar. In my opinion, I felt that he became a superstar once he won, Finals MVP. So I want to just give Tony Parker a big shout out.
He's a Hall of Famer. He went in last year.
Okay, I thought so. Yeah. That was just recent. So yeah, big shout out to Ginobili also. Big shout out to him. And so I'm happy for Tony Parker. But the main guy that I wanted to talk about is obviously Dwayne Wade. Oh, and big shout out to Dirk Nowitzki too. I like Dirk Nowitzki. But let's talk about Dwayne Wade real quick. Now the question I have for you, because I think this is the end of the article. Yeah. So the question I have for you is, do you think that Dwayne Wade, one of the questions is, do you believe that Dwayne Wade was robbed for not winning not one regular season MVP? Because I know, so I really wanted to ask you this. I've always wanted to ask you this, and I think this is the perfect time to ask.
Oh man, that's a good question. I want to say yes, but the problem is that the year that his best year was 08-09. That was the year where he had. I mean, this had so many great moments. He had, obviously the game-winning running three that he made. I remember that game like it was yesterday. Like we were living with obviously my sister, our family and my sister obviously Whitney. We're living with them. And we were watching the game, and it just kept going on and on and on, overtime after overtime after overtime. And then when he made that shot, bro, everyone just went nuts.
Yeah.
We all went nuts. It was one of the coolest moments I've ever seen. But yeah. So he had that, and the team. I think they were a 4 seed.
Yeah.
I want to say either they were a 4 seed or a 5 seed, right? And that year, if you would have gave it to him, I would have been very happy, and I wouldn't gonna complain. The problem is that LeBron James' Cavaliers team, they were the 1 seed, and I think his numbers were a little bit better, and
Yeah.
they were gonna give it to him anyway, because this is when everybody loved LeBron James.
Yeah. True.
This was the year where everyone loved LeBron James, so he was gonna get it regardless. So, do I think he was robbed? I would say no.
Oh, okay. Do it. And now my beliefs is, I think the 2005-2006 season where when he won the championship, I think he should have won the MVP that year. And the reason why is because not only did because he nearly averaged 30 points per game. I think it was around 28, 27 points he had, per game. He had around like 6, 7, like the numbers that he had generated, that he had produced, was pretty much similar to LeBron James. And mind you,
who won that year?
Miami Heat.
No, who won MVP that year?
I think it was LeBron James that won that year.
It was LeBron.
I think LeBron.
I know Dirk won it the next year.
Yeah. It wasn't Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah, no, it wasn't Dirk. It wasn't Dirk. I know he won the year after that. But in 05 you said it's LeBron?
Yeah, I think it was LeBron. Well, let's check. So I don't want to give wrong information. Let's check this quick. LeBron, let's see, 05. Oh, my bad. It was Steve Nash.
Really?
He won in 2005. Wow, Steve Nash. You know something, Hoovy?
You know what? No, you know what? No, okay, yeah. Because that first year, there was a lot of argument between him and Shaq. Right. Remember, that was Shaq's first year in Miami.
Yes.
So yeah, so it was between Shaq and Steve Nash, and they gave it to Nash.
Yes. Oh no, you know something? Yeah. Crap.
I know you love yourself from Steve Nash. I know you do.
Yeah,
I know you do. Yeah. And here's the thing, because a lot of people say, oh well, Nash should not have won an MVP. He turned those Suns into near title contenders. He absolutely deserved those MVPs.
Yeah,
you can argue he probably should have had only one and not two, but he definitely deserved MVP. Like, come on, like, cut the crap.
Yeah, the one that was between him and Shaquille O'Neal, I could understand why people believe that Shaquille O'Neal should have won that year. Like, I could understand that.
Yeah.
I could understand why that dude was, bro. He just felt like when he left LA, like, you could tell that the Heat culture and how they wanted him to lose weight really paid off. Like, the guy was just phenomenal. It looked like he was like back in his prime years when he was in earlier years when he was in LA. The guy was just dunking on people, just dominating. Like, it was just really, really nice to watch how he pretty much, went back in time in that one year. And so I could understand why people got upset. I really do. I get it. I'm not gonna go crazy over it, but do I think Shaquille O'Neal probably got robbed that year? There's a good chance that he did. There's really a good chance that he did. But now that I'm looking back, because you mentioned Shaq and we saw that Steve Nash won MVP, I guess it wasn't wrong that he didn't win MVP that year, despite the fact that he went to the finals and he averaging all these great numbers. And people would argue that his defense was better than LeBron's that year.
Cool.
I don't care. Dwayne Wade.
Oh, okay.
Because look,
it's like I wasn't really watching LeBron James like that in Cleveland.
Oh, you wasn't? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So I guess you don't think now. Hold on. Let before we move on to the next question, to the last question.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Years. Right. Who do you remember who won? Do you remember who won 2007 and 8?
2007-8. Let me see. Let me look it up right now. Okay, hold on a second. Are you looking it up right now?
I'm trying to look for 7. You could look for 8. You could look for 8. Let me see 7.
Oh, 8. Wasn't that Kobe?
Oh, it was Dirk Nowitzki. And you said no, Dirk
Yeah,
Nowitzki
yeah.
won.
Yeah, Kobe won 08, LeBron James won 09, and
Dude,
Dirk won 07.
look at all the people he had to compete with to win one. Oh
Cool.
goodness. Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so crap, man. I truly believe that he should have won, but now that you and I are going through all the different years of an individual that won the MVP, I'm okay with those winners. Now, again, we could argue with Steve Nash winning back-to-back MVPs, but we already had said that he should have won at least one, and
Mm-hmm.
Shaq probably should have won the other. So either way, Dwayne Wade is not included in that.
Yeah.
And you mentioned LeBron, and we mentioned Kobe Bryant, and yeah, I don't think I would remove Kobe from that MVP and give it to Wade. I don't think I could do that because that year I think the Lakers was in the first seed. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that year they were in the first or second seed, and I think he was competing for MVP against Chris Paul. And I remember their records was like really like neck and neck, but because Chris Paul was in the second seed and Kobe Bryant was in the first seed, like they gave it to him. And the only controversy I remember that year was that because I remember Charles Barkley said this. He was pissed off actually. He said that, oh, if you're going to give it to Kobe Bryant, don't give it to him just because he never won one before. Like you only supposed to give it to him if he actually deserve it. And I agree with Charles Barkley. But Magic Johnson went on record and said that, well, because he never won one before, he should win that year's MVP. And I had issues with that, but definitely he deserved it. But don't give it to him because he never won one before. Just give it to the guy because he earned it. That's
I
it.
think I remember that argument.
Oh, you remember it? Okay.
Yeah, I think I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
All
is
right.
crazy that he never won one. It is
It,
crazy that. Yeah, go ahead.
no, I'm agreeing with you. You're saying it's crazy. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Yeah.
So.
And yeah, so LeBron obviously he won '09 and I think he won 2010. I think also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because 11 was Derrick Rose, and then LeBron James won.
Point I know you had a huge issue with. I think you had a
Look,
huge issue with that one.
okay, here's what I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he was the best player on the best team, right? Technically the best team because they were the number 1 seed. So I can understand it from that point of view. But the thing is that LeBron James was the best player in the league that year.
Mm-hmm.
He was. And the
2010.
only 11, 2000, the year that Derrick Rose won.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron James was better.
Far
And
better.
the only reason why he didn't get it was because remember he moved to Miami and everyone started hating him.
I remember. Yep.
That's the only reason why. That's the only reason why he didn't. Why they gave it to Rose.
Yeah. That
And,
that
yeah.
that game against the Cavs, I'll never ever forget that game, dude. The boos and the signs and the atmosphere that was in there, you would think so many of the crowd would have just probably rushed in to beat up LeBron James. And I remember when how before the game started, how they were talking about that they hired like extra security just for that one game. They had hired a whole bunch of extra security because like the atmosphere was just that ruthless on that game. Like that was just crazy, like completely insane. So that was a crazy moment. But okay, but that last question is that do you think that Dwayne Wade would have been, because right now we people say the top three shooting guards is MJ, then it's Kobe, and then it's Wade, and you agree with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that he would have surpassed Kobe if he was able to stay healthy? Completely
No,
healthy, barely any injuries similar to LeBron James.
no,
You don't think so?
no. Because when it comes to Kobe, people have this love affair with Kobe that Dwayne Wade just could not match. Because you have to think about it like this. He was on the Lakers, so that's gonna be a big deal. He won championships with Shaq and everything. That team was very popular. So I don't think I don't think he would have. I prefer Dwayne over Kobe.
Oh, really?
I prefer Dwayne over Kobe.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're telling me if you had an opportunity to choose one for your prime to start,
I'm taking Dwayne.
you
I'm
taking
taking
away
Dwayne Wade.
you taking
Mm-hmm.
away Kobe. Wow.
Absolutely, I am.
Wow. Okay.
Absolutely, I am.
And you're not saying this because you being biased that he was in Miami, right?
That's part of it. I ain't gonna lie. No, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It is part of it. It is part of it. But yeah, as far as how they played, I prefer Dwayne Wade over Kobe.
Okay.
So
So you prefer Dwayne with over Kobe. Now, here's what I think. But I need to add a couple of extra stuff. I believe he would have been able to surpass Kobe if these two things had happened. If obviously he had stayed healthy, because remember, even when he was young, he was getting hurt. I remember that one game where he had hurt his shoulder and he had to be pulled in the wheelchair. All this dude obviously had constant knee problems. If he were able to win multiple championships without LeBron James and stayed healthy, I think he would have been able to been able to surpass Kobe, because I think what a lot of people have been saying was that although he has three championships, he won them, with LeBron. Kobe was able to
you
win
want two.
yeah,
You
two,
want
yeah.
two of LeBron.
Kobe was able to win two championships. Now, granted, Shaq also won without him, but Kobe Bryant was able to win two championships without Shaquille O'Neal. If Dwayne Wade was able to do the same thing and win multiple championships without LeBron and stay healthy, I think that would probably have been enough for him to, if not pass him, at the very least be at a stalemate with Kobe Bryant. But I think part of those championships, because he had won with LeBron James, I think it kind of not hurt his legacy in any way, but it kind of pretty much diminished of why there's just no way he could ever eclipse Kobe, because he only was able to win one without LeBron, and after LeBron left, he really couldn't pretty much take his team even to the finals anymore after LeBron had left Miami.
I'll throw a different perspective at you. When Dwayne Wade won his first championship, obviously he was the MVP and he was the main story.
Mm-hmm.
But nationally, it was really about Shaq winning one without Kobe. Because the two biggest stars in the game at that point was Kobe and Shaq. And remember, their feud, it captivated the league for a couple years.
Oh yeah. Especially when Shaq had beef
Yeah.
yeah, I remember. Yes.
Yeah. So you have that, and then when LeBron got here and they finally won the two championships, the main focus was LeBron.
When he won
So
those
I
two,
would,
yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
So I would argue that Dwayne Wade was never the main focus in any of the championships as far as narrative goes.
Oh, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Because you think and this hurts me saying it because, like I said, I fuck with Dwayne Wade heavy, but I just gotta be realistic about it. When it comes to Kobe, the dynamic between him and Shaq was the big story. And remember when Kobe won the 2 championships without him, what did he say at the 5th championship? Oh, I have more than Shaq. That was always the narrative. That was always the narrative that was being played about.
Yes.
So it was all about, go ahead.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that quote hardly because if I don't know if you remember, Shaq actually made a rap song. Because first he bragged about winning one without Kobe, and 2 he had made a rap song of Kobe Bryant losing to the Celtics that year. That Kobe Bryant couldn't win a championship, without him. Dude, I guarantee you that really, really pissed Kobe off. That he actually made a song of Kobe not able to win a championship without Shaq, but obviously after that he was able to win 2 more championships. Now look, I have to give credit to both of them either way because they both proved that they could win a championship without each other. They both proved that they could win without each other.
Yeah,
but obviously Kobe still has the upper hand because he won 2 without you.
Yeah,
he won 2 without you, and unfortunately you got older and when after that you went to Phoenix, you weren't the same guy anymore. But yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, I do believe that Wade was definitely an extremely incredible player. Unfortunately, because of his health, he couldn't stay healthy for as long in his career.
Well, more so in his prime, more so in his athletic prime. But I think the injury stuff is a bit overplayed because
really?
I think it's a bit overplayed because he during the Big 3 era, he was hurt from time to time, but when he was out there, he was outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
He did that, he was outstanding. So, and what else was I gonna say? There's one more thing I was gonna say. I don't remember. All right, let me read comments.
I was gonna show if you don't, I don't think we'll get. I don't think we'll get in trouble for this. Dude, I really want to see one like it's on here. I really want to play the best highlight that Dwayne Wade. I want to show you what my favorite one was.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
All right, cool. Well, go while I do that, you can read the comments.
All right, so Ruben said it's part Miami, part Laker hate, and part unwanted negative press from false in charge.
False art charge. I'm not really sure what you mean by false art charge. If you could explain that to me, Ruben, if you don't mind.
Conspiracy agent says that having injuries could have a player have to adjust their shooting style. Yeah, not shoot the same as they did before when they were healthy. Yeah, so and most of what's going on, bro. He said who's better, Wade or Dirk? Is Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, I already knew without hesitation who you're going to say.
Yeah, it's Dwayne Wade. Honestly, it's not even that close. It's fine.
You're that most of he said is not even that close.
No, it's not.
It's not even that close. And having you would choose Dwayne Wade over size?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Even though Dirk Nowitzki is bigger, taller, more length, and could shoot the 3.
Yeah, I'd rather have Dwayne Wade.
Oh, okay.
Now, if I can have both of them on the same team, yeah, perfectly fine. But if I had to pick between the two, yeah, I'm picking Dwayne Wade.
It's a very hard choice for me. I love both guys. I wanted to talk about Dirk Nowitzki, but the thing is, with the questions that I had for you, I knew it was going to be a long discussion, so I don't really have, we don't really have that much time, to talk about Dirk Nowitzki, and besides, I know you don't really care about him anyway.
No, I don't hate Dirk Nowitzki, but I know you're a fan of his, but you're not a diehard Dirk fan.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of his, but let's see. Do you want me to put the sound on or off?
No, you can leave it off. You can leave it off. So he said, I know who was an MVP, and I know who called Bosh and LeBron for help. Okay, well, you know that Dirk Nowitzki got that MVP sitting at home. You know that, right?
Are you talking about?
Huh?
You talking about me?
No, I'm talking about Malta.
Oh, Malta. Okay.
Yeah, he said, I know who was MVP, and I know who called Bosh and LeBron for help. Okay, and I remember Dirk Nowitzki won that MVP and accepted that award sitting at home because his number 1 seed lost to an 8 seed.
Oh, geez, Malta. Oh, I remember this play. I remember that play. Yeah. I remember that one. That one was crazy. Mm-hmm. That was crazy. All the dude, and like I remember, I forgot what team he was facing, but I remember one of the jump shots he had blocked. He had blocked some players' jump shot, and then he blocked Jermaine O'Neal's in the exact same play. But man, like the defense that this dude could play, I'm sorry. The fact that people don't really mention him that much as being one of the the best two-way players, it makes me feel like it's underrated if you know what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. He is a phenomenal elite offense and defensive player. Like, I need to look to see how many times he became all defensive player. Let me see. Let me look.
As far as first team or second team and all that other stuff.
Yeah, on defense.
So all right, so Malta continues. I respect Dirk a lot because he stayed in the same team. He didn't join a super team or ask for help. You do realize that he took less money to bring more talent to Dallas, and it's not Dwayne Wade's fault that Dallas is not a free agent destination. I'm just being real, but the reason why he took less money was so that they can pay guys to play with him because people didn't want to go to Dallas to begin with.
You know what's what I love so much about this play right here. Is that
dunking on Kendrick Perkins?
You might know why, but there was a small little interview that he was in, to where when Kendrick Perkins had dunked the ball, and he had his foot landed on Dwayne Wade, like his foot was landed on Dwayne, and Dwayne Wade got pissed off about that. Yeah. And he said that he solely wanted to get revenge on Kendrick Perkins, and that's why he dunked on him like that, like with a two-way dunk. Completely just dunked on him. That's what just made it so special when I found that out. Like, and this play, I remember this one too.
I was at the video game bar watching this.
Oh, for real? Are you serious? Yeah. Dude, that play right here was just phenomenal. That last buzzer beater, and dude, Steph and KD couldn't just help but just like smile, and even though they were in disbelief. Okay, this is my favorite play, Hoopy.
Oh yeah. This is my favorite one too. This is my favorite one
too, dude. I gotta put the sound up because you hear Marvin Albert just like, wow. You hear him and the guy that
I'll give Reggie Miller credit. This was a good call. I'll give Reggie Miller credit because it was a good call.
Here we go.
Contact from Jermaine O'Neal, got a piece of it.
That was like, obviously that was a TNT game. I think Jordan was in the crowd too. Like it was a huge game.
Look at his feet in the air, bro. Like
this is a reversal.
Dude, when I saw that,
LeBron James tries to test Jermaine O'Neal and gets it sent back. Not a good matchup right here.
This is my favorite.
Wade with a steal, with two. Wade puts it up for the win. Yeah, he did it. Dwayne Wade with the steal and the game
winner. That's my favorite Dwayne Wade play of all time.
That was your favorite one.
Jermaine O'Neal got a piece of it. and Anderson Varejao. Well, this is a reversal of fortune. First, LeBron James tries to test Jermaine O'Neal and gets it sent back with 6. Not a good matchup right here for the Heat.
Be surprised you choose this over the over that dunk on Varejao, dude. That dunk on
this play was special. This play was special.
Okay.
Thomas, Wade with a steal with 2.
Now, I watched
Wade
ESPN
puts it
just
up
to watch
for the
this
win.
again.
Yeah!
Say that again.
I watched ESPN just to see where they would put this
Okay.
in their top 10.
Yeah.
Because I remember I didn't hate LeBron James back then, but I always resented the fact that everyone just kissed his ass.
Whoa.
Yeah, everyone just kissed his ass. I remember there was one time they put a LeBron James dunk that didn't count as a top 10 play.
What? They did that?
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
No, that did not happen, Hoobie. That did not happen.
Trust me, it happened. Trust me, it happened. But yeah, so let me read this from also. He said that's why Dirk and Duncan are better than KG. I think KG was more skilled, but he bounced around the league. Duncan, yeah, Duncan's better. I don't know about Dirk. I don't know about Dirk and KG. I think in their prime, I'm taking KG. I think Dirk has a slightly better career, but I'm taking KG, and I don't like KG. So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let me get out of here and show you which one I was talking about. One last video. Where is it? Okay. Yeah. This one. I want to hear the Reggie Miller. What Reggie Miller had said. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it, but I can barely hear it.
He was looking for contact from Jermaine O'Neal, got a piece of it. Wade, facial! Yes, and foul! Wade going right at Anderson Varejao. Well, this is a reversal of fortune.
So you see Jermaine O'Neal with the block, which is the only good thing he ever did for Miami.
Back and Wayne Wade right at the body of Anderson Varejao. Welcome to your Kodak moment, Anderson Varejao. Varejao, welcome to your Kodak moment, Anderson Varejao.
Shout out to freaking Reggie Miller, man. Welcome to your Kodak moment, Anderson Varejao. Dude, when I saw those legs go up in the air, that was like one of the most funniest, oh my gosh, sensational moments I had ever seen, dude. Like this dude hit the freaking pad so hard. Oh, such an embarrassing moment. And I don't know if you remember, after that play, when Dwayne Wade was trying to steal the ball from Anderson Varejao, like he was like, I guess try to pick.
Yeah, he was. I remember he wasn't happy about that. Yeah. Yeah, I remember he wasn't happy about that.
All right, so that's pretty much it that I'll have to say. Like, Malta, I know you mentioned Dirk Nowitzki. Look, we don't really have time, talk about him. Like, I really wanted to focus on Wade. We gave Tony Parker a bit of a shout out, but I do want to say this that. Look, also should give a huge shout out to Dirk Nowitzki. I think that dude is special. I'm glad that he won a ring, and I honestly think him beating the big three. That to me, look, I know you and I had our debates, but he was the best player on that series. And I think so. I'm not saying he was the best player in the league, but I'm just saying he was the best player on that series. But big shout out to him. And I wish him the best. I wish Wade the best, Tony Parker, all these other guys, just phenomenal careers that each of them had. So, yeah, I'm glad that we talked about this, man. Once again, I knew the conversation was going to be good, and I'm really glad that you gave a really good perspective of and your thoughts of him not winning MVP and talking about Kobe and stuff like that, and watching the highlights. Just Phenomenal topic.
Yeah. All right. So Malta says player versus player, career versus career. Wade was better than Durant. I'm picking Dwayne Wade over Kevin Durant.
I'm picking Wade over Kevin Durant too.
Mm-hmm. He said that Virgil would have been so great if he could stay on the floor. He was a role player. That's all he was.
Yeah,
he's a good role player. He ain't nobody special.
Yeah, he was really good at those getting 50-50 balls, drawing charges. Like he had his good moments on certain tasks, but yeah, he was just a role player, like nothing special. He was going to be a star or even an all-star. So
yeah. And then Ruben asked again with my other point, I go with Duncan due to conduct. So I guess he's talking about him versus KG versus Dirk. Yeah, Duncan the greatest power forward of all time. So
I know you picking him over Wade.
Who?
You?
No.
Oh, you picking Wade over Duncan too?
Yeah.
Woo.
Well, hey, Steve, what does Dwayne Wade being my favorite player of all time don't you not understand?
Well, I mean, I could understand that he is your favorite player, but I wouldn't think that it was going to compromise your judgment.
No, compromise my judgment.
Yeah, because you by saying that Duncan is the best power forward of all time.
Yeah.
Winning more championships than Dwayne Wade, mind you.
Yeah.
Winning more regular season MVPs more than Wade.
Mm-hmm.
Winning more final MVPs more than Wade. I mean, I would honestly think that you would choose him over Dwayne Wade.
Oh, you would be wrong.
Okay.
There are very, very, very few players I would pick over Dwayne Wade all time. Very, very few.
Are you picking Giannis?
Over Dwayne Wade?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm picking Dwayne Wade.
Interesting. Steph Curry.
I'm picking Dwayne Wade.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
LeBron James.
No, I'm sticking with Dwayne Wade.
You sticking with Dwayne Wade?
Mm-hmm.
MJ.
Let's move on.
No. I want you to answer the question over to me and to everybody in this chat. Are you picking MJ or Dwayne Wade? Go ahead.
Malta says, I think Duncan is the best power forward because he has multiple championships. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so all right, let me stop messing around. Oh man, if I'm not gonna pick LeBron James over Dwayne Wade, then I can't pick MJ over Dwayne Wade.
So you're picking Dwayne Wade over MJ. Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Are you picking him? Are you picking Dwayne Wade over Shaquille O'Neal?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Prime time Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
Okay, so who are these few players that you're picking over Dwayne Wade then? If it's not LeBron, if it's not Giannis, if it's not Steph Curry, if it's not Michael Jordan, if it's not Kobe, who's left?
Not really nobody.
Okay, so you were making that up?
Yeah. No, I'm not saying he's better player than those guys. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying he's better than Giannis or LeBron or Jordan. I will admit a lot of those guys you mentioned are better than him.
Okay.
But when it comes to who I'm picking, if I had a choice of every player in NBA history to start a franchise with, I'm picking Dwayne Wade. That's my guy.
And you're picking him, and that also means you're picking him over Magic Johnson and Kareem.
Yeah.
And Hakeem Olajuwon. Talking about he's one of your favorite centers, but you're picking him over Hakeem Olajuwon too.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's it. Like if he's better than all those guys, then
no, I didn't say better. I said he's the guy who I'm picking the most. I'm picking more than anybody else.
Okay.
So,
okay.
All right. So also Duncan was better than Wade. That's your opinion.
I think so too. I'm on the same boat as you, Malta.
All right, so you put the resume out there.
What do you have to say about that?
No, you can believe what you want to believe.
Don't just skip it.
Huh?
Don't skip that. How do you feel about those facts?
Hey, that's perfectly fine. I'm picking Dwayne Wade over Tim Duncan. But if someone said that Duncan was better than Dwayne Wade, I have no argument. At least you pick someone who at least on par. To me, Wade versus Dirk is not close.
See, I knew you was gonna say that.
I'm just saying it's not close.
I knew you was gonna say that.
It's not close. You have the greatest power forward of all time, and to me, Dwayne Wade is in the top 3 best shooting guards of all time. Top 3.
I thought. Hold on. Is Dirk Nowitzki a power forward or a small forward?
Power forward.
He's a power forward. Is he better than KG?
Who? Dirk?
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I'm picking KG over Dirk.
I honestly wouldn't.
Even though their careers are somewhat similar.
Yeah.
But I'm picking KG because KG is a much better defender than Dirk has ever been.
Definitely a much better rebounder for sure.
He said that I would pick MJ because MJ is the best player in NBA history,
which is true. Yep.
And I think Ruben's Ruben's responding to Malta. All right, so before we move on, shout out to Dwayne Wade. One of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
And Malta, he also asked who's where's it? Oh, sure. I must have skipped it. Hold on. He asked who's Sherman and Nicholas. So Steve will explain right now. So go ahead, Steve. Let me go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. While Hubie goes to the bathroom, so one last time, big shout out to Wade. So just pretty much piggybacking what Hubie said, and now that he left, I could have probably showed maybe a highlight of Dirk Nowitzki because just for the sake of he's my favorite player, and Malta, it seems like you really do like Dirk, and I like him too. Dirk Nowitzki, man, let me tell you, when he, I have to say this, when he beat the big 3, oh my goodness, you can't ask for a better accomplishment than beating a LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh in the NBA Finals. And not only did you win the NBA Finals, but you also won Finals MVP. I mean, this guy beat the Lakers, that year. He beat OKC that year, and I can't remember what was the other team that he beat. Was it the Spurs? I think it was the Spurs. I'm not 100% sure. And then you beat the Miami Heat. Come on, man. That he had a phenomenal season that year. Phenomenal season. So I have to give him, a real big shout out. Look, again,
you haven't gone to the new topic yet?
No, because I since you were going to use the restroom, I was just
okay. All right, my bad. All right, go ahead.